Hey, you guys, let's get into your reading. Divine, what is the energy that surrounds us at this time? Okay. No wonder why I flew away. We have liftoff, you guys. So fast action, progression forward, and the wait is over. So this is one thing that I will say about liftoff. I would definitely say that this is an energy that you all need to pay attention to, and even myself included. This is an energy that we all need to pay attention to. This same card has come out in several readings that I've done recently concerning the energy. Something is getting ready to take off for you guys. You could have been in a moment of preparation because it's not even that you were down and out. You were being prepared for execution. It's almost just like you have a rocket here. A rocket is prepared before it takes off. There's pieces that are boosters that are attached to it. You have the countdown that has to go. You have the inspections, all of the many different steps it takes in order for things to take off. So it may seem like for a moment you were stagnant, that something wasn't happening for you, that you were just standing still. You were standing still because you were being prepared. Divine, can you tell me more about this energy here? Okay. So another card we have coming out is laughter. So wholeness, overjoyed, smiling. Yes. So I feel like this was preparation for you to be in better spirits, for this to be the better portion of your life. You're probably going to be surrounded by people who are going to be Debbie Downers. I feel like don't let that bring you down, because everybody is not in the same place and stage of our lives as each other. I feel like we are in different spaces and different times. Some people have had it easy all of their life. They may be going all of their lives, and now they may be going into a period where they need to buckle down. Maybe things aren't like they used to be. For some of you all, you haven't been doing so well. Maybe you're moving into a season of your life where you are doing exceptionally well, where you're getting ready to enjoy the betterment of your life because you have been in preparation. You have been working, and now that it's time for you to take off, you're going to take off and you're not going to stop. Divine, can you tell me more about laughter? You're getting ready to enjoy your life is what I'm hearing. Getting ready to really enjoy your life. And we have spilling the beans. So revealing secrets, cats out of the bag, untrustworthy. I do feel like with this particular energy, even though it says spilling the beans, I'm getting a sense of this is something that you need to keep to yourself. That has definitely been a strong, prominent energy here as well. A lot of people don't want to see you blessed. A lot of people don't want to see you doing better than them. Everybody doesn't have the same mentality that you may have, where you may pick people up when they fall down, where you may uplift people even if you feeling down and out yourself. You'll praise people when they start to get things that they want and things that they've always desired. You're there at the graduations. You're there for all types of recognition and reward for them. But it's something about, in your life where you weren't able to receive that type of energy because people didn't want to give that to you. People maybe felt like what you were doing wasn't big enough. I feel like you're about to do your big one. And when you do your big one, this is something that you need to keep to yourself, because, who wants to deal with those energies of people being shady, jealous, and envious? Nobody really does. But I do feel like this is something that you already know, something you may have been hinted towards as well. But I do feel like with whatever you're getting ready to receive, or with whatever path you're getting ready to step into your life, this is something that you need to keep to yourself, because people are not going to be there for you like you were there for them. And if you do tell them, it gives this energy of opportunity. Somebody's going to be opportunistic. Divine, what else is here? Okay. So interesting. We have black sheep, so rebelling, going against expectations, defying norms, and then we have today, so good vibes, present in the moment. And I'm not saying that this can happen today. Today just gives me an energy of soon and very soon. For some of you all, this could happen today. You could probably go to your mailbox and you get some type of news, you get a check, or you get a letter saying that you've been accepted into a program, or you've been approved for something. So this is definitely positive vibes. But with black sheep here as well, just like I was saying, if people outcasted you, stay as the outcast. It's just giving me an energy of things work better for you when you got off to yourself. It was almost like you began to awaken the moment you separated yourself. And even if you didn't count other people out, and even if you didn't separate yourself in the sense of, you're separating yourself and now you're not talking to anybody else anymore. But if you just separated yourself and you just told everybody else you'll get back to them later because you have something that you need to do, and you felt that in your spirit and your soul, I feel like that opportunity is beginning to come full circle. You know, that period where you've been feeling like something's getting ready to happen and you've been waiting, I do feel like you are going to be in that space where the opportunity is finally about to meet you. Divine, what else is here? Okay, look at that. That's so crazy. We have frenemies, so fake friends, two-faced, hidden intentions. So just like I was saying, I feel like this is something that you need to keep to yourself. This is also the second time that this card has come out, singular to another reading, frenemy. So just like I was saying, I feel like you need to be careful with who you share information with, who you share details with. Best advice for me, just like I was feeling it, I feel like you should keep this to yourself because I do not feel like people are going to support you here. And even if they did support you, it just seems like it wouldn't be for the right reason. You know, they smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place, backstabbers. And I feel like that's an energy that you've been dealing with, you know, for quite some time. Because I feel like even if you were the type of individual that was very giving, if you did give to this individual, the moment you give to them, you would never see them again. Divine, last few messages for the energy surrounding us at this time. Okay, so we do have legal, so court paperwork as well as filed. This is given. I'm seeing something about income, so this could be you signing something over. This could be like a will, but documents, you know, are very significant. Divine, can you clarify legal for me? Okay. So we have the blues, so scared, heavy emotions, as well as mental distress. Divine, one more for this energy, please. Because that took a turn. What's the legal concerning? So honeymooning. Okay, I was gonna kind of go there, but I'm not sure. Yeah. So honeymoon. So love on the brain, talking often, as well as feeling all the feels. So what I feel like now is some sort of honeymoon phase is over. This doesn't. Excuse me. This doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but separations at this time are very significant because I feel like somebody only did something for what it feels like, and what it felt like was something that was very temporary. This didn't have much depth, is what I'm hearing. Like it didn't have much depth. It's almost like a sense of somebody. What I'm hearing is I don't really know you, so I feel like maybe somebody didn't take the time to get to know someone, you know, wholly before you jumped into some sort of serious obligation. This doesn't have to be marriage, but it does give me something serious. So this could just be a partner. This could be family, friends as well, but whatever was sweet, whatever was good, was only a temporary thing. And I feel like now somebody has shown their true colors, which has caused some sort of separation here. Yeah, and I feel like for a lot of you all, you know, a lot of this was just merely about, you know, maybe even something sexual where it was just, as I said, for face value, it was very surface is what this is giving me, because what I'm feeling is this has lacked much depth. For some reason, I want to keep pulling. Divine, one more, please. Okay. Yeah, so definitely a separation. So repo, so default payments, financially incapable, as well as repossessed assets. So yeah, something is possibly being taken away from somebody, and I feel like what's getting ready to happen with liftoff being here as well. You know, you were boggled down by something, but I do feel like with whatever you lost, I feel like you are going to get it back because what I'm hearing is restoring all the years. So I do feel like there's going to be some sort of restoration. You know, if you've been in a space where you have just been struggling and, you know, not necessarily, you know, getting ready to put out or everything being taken away from you, you know, it's like maybe that was about to get to a point, but something came through for you, but that wasn't the thing, you know, because I feel like God's about to do the big one for you. And I feel like what was meant to happen was for you to understand that all of these other places and things were not your source. Your source comes from within, and within is God. So I do feel like in essence there will be some sort of collaboration to place you in some sort of situation where things can get turned around for you. Once again, I feel like things that if something was taken away from you, I feel like it's going to be replaced with something more abundant. I'm also hearing something more efficient. So something to get the job done here as well. Okay. Okay. So let's make a deal. I'm not even going to go through the rigmarole. Generally, anytime I do this, is something spontaneous and it speaks towards the reading. But let's do this. If you have not booked a reading with Psychic Source, and you do book a reading with Psychic Source, and you do get insight and you get clarity through through the advisor. I don't know why I can't talk. Through the advisor that you select, and you want clarity and understanding for that. I will confirm the reading that you got or the insight and clarity. I will do a 10-minute reading for you to clarify that. All you have to show me is proof that you went through Psychic Source. We can talk about the subject matter that you discussed with Psychic Source, and I will do a reading for you. As I said, 10 minutes, no charge. Okay? Just check the link down below in the description box. Use my unique code JMarion, and you can get up to the 40 minutes of clarity and insight for only $19.80, just like we always discuss. And if you are not satisfied with that reading, you can get your money back. And even if you do decide to get your money back because you're not satisfied, if you reach out to me and you discuss the subject matter with proof that you did do it, I will confirm the reading for you and we will get you clarity and insight. I feel like in this time, we all need it. This is a time where people are not sure of which direction to go to. People feel like they're stagnant, and you may not be stagnant. Maybe that's where the divine has you. But we can get into all of those details. But if just check the link down below in the description box, okay? And now, on to your reading. Divine, what message do you have for us today? Okay, so starting out with the Hierophant. So surely a divine message here. Divine, what else is here? Okay. So we do have the death here. So you are evolving. There's definitely some sort of spiritual growth that is happening at this time. I feel like this is something that cannot be avoided. I do feel like, for a while, this is maybe something that you ignored or maybe something that you didn't realize. I feel like if you've been asking for clarity, if you've been asking for insight on which direction to take on what you need to do, I feel like there are changes that are about to be effective immediately. I know that you're about to have some changes that are effective immediately, or some sort of message, something that you're getting ready to receive. This could be a letter, this could be a contract, something that is coming towards you is getting ready to change your life. We even have the high priestess here at the bottom of the deck. So some sort of connection. This is definitely from within. This is definitely giving me divine union, but not divine union externally, divine union internally. This is definitely a coming together, because I do feel like there were things that you are knowledgeable of, but I do feel like this is something that you're going to keep quiet about. So I do feel like with whatever you're getting ready to be blessed with, whatever changes you're getting ready to make in your life, this is something that you need to be aware of, but this is something that you don't need to speak of on this time, because in some way with whatever you have going on, it will be manipulated. There will be distractions that will come in to try to detour you from doing something, because I feel like it's all about opinion, because something is coming in to change your life, change your perspective, change your situation all the way around. But with what you probably need to keep quiet about is an abundance, because it doesn't feel like this is just, oh, let me just give you this little bit to help you make it over. No, this is life changing is what I'm hearing. Divine, what else is here? I'm also hearing something about an altar. Okay, only you all know what that would mean, but something here about an altar. And then we have the Four of Swords. So on you need to go to God in prayer. Four of Swords, definitely with altar. Four of Swords is definitely giving me a meditative energy. So I do feel like you are going to be seeking direct counsel, because this is going to be a direct message that is going to come from the divine. I feel like your intuition is going to be very significant in this time, because that's going to be the thing that's going to lead you in the direction that you need to go. So let your conscience be your guide. And once again, again, this is not something that you need to speak up about. This is something that you need to keep to yourself, because only you in this situation really matters. I don't feel like you need to go out and get anyone else's opinion. You don't need to get anyone else's perspective, because everybody else is going to look at you like you're crazy or look at you like you don't know what you're talking about. This is something designed specifically for you. Divine, what else is here? Okay, so we have the Three of Cups. And Divine, this feels like a separated energy. Divine, tell me why the Three of Cups present here. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, so I do feel like you just gossip, and it doesn't feel negative, but either way it goes, something that's getting ready to happen for you. I feel like you are going to be the talk of the town. I feel like people maybe in some way are applauding you in the background. It doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, as I said, have to be a nefarious energy. But even if this was individuals that you were connected to previously, I do feel like people are, you know, in some sense praising you, giving you your flowers, your recognition. Divine, can you tell me more about the Three of Cups energy? Why is it present? Up, and there we have the Five of Wands. Yeah, so you are the topic of discussion, something that you're getting ready to achieve, something you possibly have attained. This is conflictual, and I feel like it's conflictual because it combats things that were discussed about you in privacy. Like, I feel like were definitely, you were a subject matter, you know, and there's no other way around that. You were a subject matter, period. Subject matter in people's lives. Even when you are away minding your business, you still come up in conversation. It's just this thing about people can't keep their name out your mouth. I do feel like with the Judgment here at the bottom of the deck, this is something that people possibly are going under scrutiny for, because I feel like you were the type of individual who got your comeuppance peacefully with the Queen of Pentacles, because the Queen of Pentacles always gives me an energy of abundance, but it's peaceful abundance. It's abundance that's out of the way, minding your business. It's like, I feel like with the Queen of Pentacles here, you went off and you went to achieve stability, success all on your own, but this is something you did quietly. You did it behind the scenes because you're not a showy individual. I feel like even when you do, shall we say, come show up decked out, or you show up in your finest, it's not to get anyone's attention. You do that because you want to do that. So you look how you want to, you feel how you look, or you look how you want to feel. Divine, tell me what the conflict is. What's the Five of Wands here? Yeah, you definitely need to keep to yourself. Yeah. So Page of Swords, this is people were watching you. People see you in some way, shape, form, or fashion doing your thing. Like, something is working out for you very well, whether you know this or not. But it seems to be happening behind the scenes right now, because it's all about preparation. Something is preparing you to become whoever you're meant to be. Like, it's preparation for you. If you've been praying to the divine for some sort of financial wealth, or, you know, just, you know, money or things to get things done the way you want to get them done, I do feel like you're going to get that. But it's something about you enjoying it peacefully, because once again, people can't keep their name, keep your name out of their mouth. Yeah. Divine, why the Page of Swords with this energy? What are they watching? With the Page of Cups, yeah, I feel like with whatever they're willing to bring in, you know, maybe looking for a particular time to maybe extend to you some sort of apology, some sort of maybe some actions, or that they regret things that they've spoken on you. Like, I feel like with the Page of Cups here, people are wanting to offer you something, but what they're willing to offer you, is not that much. But I do feel like it's going to be riddled in some sort of illusion, because I don't feel like people are going to directly mean what they're apologizing about. I feel like people are just trying to get on the good foot, is what I'm hearing. I feel like they're trying to get back in your good graces, you know. Maybe you walked away from a situation and you didn't explain much. You just said, hey, you do your thing, I'm gonna do mine. Stay blessed. I hope everything works out for you. I hope you have the desires of your heart. I do feel like these are not people who will wish the same for you. You know, I feel like these are people who let you off and let you go about your business, but you still remained in the subject. People were watching you behind the scenes. Divine, tell me more about this Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, Divine? Yeah. Seven of Wands. Yeah, you definitely were protected in some sort of sense. These are individuals that you could have possibly even blocked for a while, even if it was just temporarily. You blocked them, or even if you didn't block them, you definitely were protective of your energy. You removed yourself out of situations that didn't mean you any good, or you felt like didn't mean you any good, because you didn't want to be around scrutiny. You didn't want to be around anything that did not suit you, that did not deserve your energy as a whole. Divine, tell me more about the Seven of Wands here. Yeah. So we do have the Two of Cups here. And that just definitely speaks towards that Hierophant and High Priestess that we were saying earlier. I do feel like this is, once again, divine union. And the divine union that you seem to be sharing with is within, like, it's a joining together of two principles, is what I'm hearing. Nine of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. Definitely a resilient individual. Like, you keep it going, you keep it pushing, no matter what the perspective is, or no matter what the situation is. You keep a solid head on your shoulders, and you keep it moving. But one thing that's working out for you right now is honestly your relationship with the divine, because it's something about this time where things were working out the standard traditional way. Those things are now being overturned. It's like people are looking for alternatives to a life that, people feel like they were lied to about. Divine, can you tell me more about the Two of Cups and the Seven of Wands concerning the Queen of Pentacles? Okay, Eight of Swords. This is definitely a time for you to keep to yourself. I don't feel like if you are to be a demise, it will be of your own making. If you are to be a success, it will be of your own making, of course, in collaboration with the divine. I do feel like with the Eight of Swords showing up here now, this is, you need to keep to yourself. Definitely something that you probably need to do. Maybe even going into hermit mode could be very significant, but intentional hermit mode, not the hermit mode that you go into to stay away from everybody else. It's more so to get things done. And when you come around people, your normal self. But I do feel like in this time, it's going to be very significant for you to stay to yourself. Divine, tell me more about the Four of Swords, the Death, and the Hierophant. Yeah, and then we also have the Temperance coming. Yeah, something that is going on is some sort of divine intervention for you. We have the Hierophant, we have the Death, the Four of Swords, and the Temperance. I'm hearing, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the way of sinners, nor sit in the seat of the scornful, but he meditates on the word day and night. I know it's more to that, but I'm paraphrasing right now because it's all so quick and it's all jumbled. But your business is about your father's business. And if it's not about your father's business, you don't want any part of it. So I feel like you have been separated because I'm just divine intervention just keeps on ringing. So divine intervention, you could have been removed away from an old job. You could have been removed away from family, friends, romantic partners, a lover. One of those may be possible here as well. But I do feel like the divine stepped in to change your life, because whatever you prayed for, it required you to be in a particular place. Divine, is that correct? Can you tell me what else this is about? Yeah, we have the Two of Pentacles in here. I was gonna say in reverse, but it's not. So, excuse me, the Two of Pentacles. So, with the Two of Pentacles, I definitely feel like this is a time for things to shift in your life. We do have the Temperance here as well. So, the Temperance does speak about change as well. Also speaking about flow, so alchemy, definitely with the Two of Pentacles here, something definitely is about to change in your life. And honestly, it feels like it's about to happen quickly, like it's almost overnight. Overnight success. And overnight success doesn't necessarily mean that you're about to become some sort of celebrity or anything like that. I do feel like this is just overnight, just gives it a fast moving energy. We did have today with where it's circulating around your energy. So something's definitely about to change quickly. And then we have the Six of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. So recognition and reward is going to be very significant. And I feel like it's going to get to a point where people will not be able to ignore what's going on and what's happening, for you. Because I do feel like when it's concerning you, there was some sort of secret competition. Like people thought that maybe they were going to be in a certain place before you were. Maybe people thought that you weren't even part of the competition. Okay, they counted you out. They thought you were the tortoise when you were actually, yeah, you were the tortoise. They were the hare. They got their things very quickly and they moved very quickly, and things happened for them quickly, and it was all temporary. For you, it seems to be more rooted and grounded. We do have the Queen of Pentacles, very solid, stable energies, an individual who can take care of himself and probably other people here as well. But it speaks more so towards abundance. I feel like in this life, regardless of what's going on, I feel like in some capacity, in whatever way the divine feels suit to bless you, I feel like you are going to, see the greater benefits of this time, while maybe those other individuals who, doubted you, or who consistently spoke on you because of the intention, behind what they were doing, they're reaping their karma. Divine, last few messages here. So we do have the Three of Swords. I don't feel like this is your energy, because I feel like in this particular moment, you have nothing to be disappointed about. Because I'm just what if I could just say for a moment, you can depend on God, divine source, to come through. Three of Swords, divine Three of Swords. Okay. So we have the Ace of Swords. So what I'm hearing is beauty for ashes. Like I feel like with whatever people thought that you couldn't use, I feel like it's going to be your story, your narrative. I feel like when people were, discussing how things were going with you, maybe you were down and out at one point in time with the Three of Swords here. Something was very painful to you. Maybe you weren't expecting to be the butt of some sort of joke, but I feel like in this sense the divine kept you quiet. I feel like you are a lot aware of a lot of things, but the divine wanted you to stay quiet so the divine can handle this. I feel like for you, with the Ace of Swords, coming in with this Three of Swords, I feel like you receive clarity about something, but I also feel like once again there's divine intervention. And I feel like there will be retribution for that as well. Okay. Divine, tell me about this Ace of Swords. Last few messages, please. Okay. So we have the Eight of Wands and talk about messages. So what I do feel like is, you're moving into a time in your life where you are about to move progressively. This is going to happen quickly. Eight of Wands is a very fast moving energy. It happens very quickly. Actions that need to be taken very quickly. We have the Four of Wands here at the bottom of the deck as well. So it seems like what's in your view and your vantage point is recognition and reward, accomplishment, success. I expect great things, because I feel like when you are dealing with the divine, you should remain in a spirit of expectancy. If you prayed about it and you know that it is well, and you heard the divine say, in some way, yes, in due time. Because if you go read that Bible, if you go read your Bible, and you are resting and believing on words that have been sent to you, paying attention to your numbers. Numerology plays a hefty part in that as well. And I would even say pay attention to astrology as well, because that reigns very prominent here as well. I feel like all in all, this is going to be a beautiful time for you if you remain consistent in what you believe in and you trust what you know. Okay? Well, you guys, that was your reading. Hopefully, this message resonates with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and you're able to take something from it that you could use. Of course, if there's anything you need from me, you can find those details down below in the description box, and that includes the link to our sponsor, Psychic Source. And remember what I said, if you get the clarity and insight from Psychic Source and you want the extended, from me for those 10 minutes, I would do that for you. Those details down below in the description box as well. And as always, my good people, remember to conquer this day, and I'll see you in the network. Bye, guys.